gosh.
Oh my god, it's literally been since my childhood.
Hi there, and today I want you to read with me a financial article that was published on 3rd of July, as you can see here, in Financial Times, and it's concerning the events that led to a significant percentage drop in the share price of Astrazeneca. And so let's dig a little bit into it. So the title of the article read AstraZeneca shares fall after cancer drug trial disappoints investors. So when we probe a little bit inside the article, we said AstraZeneca failed to meet investor expectations for a new cancer drug, despite announcing positive results showing a statistically significant improvement over chemotherapy. Now, the drop that was mentioned here was about 5% drop. And if we probe a little bit further, you see that the reason actually was because, so I'm going to paraphrase here, and the reason was stated here. The reason was because AstraZeneca did not declare the results to be clinically meaningful, and as a result, it's a subjective assessment. And this result is kind of like poking the investors, and there was a bit of sell-off in the shares. We will see that in the chart in a minute. So if we change that tab to have a look, let's see the share price and what the chart is looking like. So we said the article was published on 3rd of May. So let's probe a little bit on the article on the chart. So we have here AstraZeneca 1-day charts here, and we have the bar chart here. So we are looking at 3rd of July, which will be something around here. So you can see here 3rd of July, which is a Monday. You see, so let me bring it a little bit up. You see the drop, the sell-off here. This was in, so the share price closed around on Friday, closed at 71. You can see that price here. So it closed at 71 here. Let's go again. It closed at 71. This is on Friday. And after that announcement, we see this massive dump in the share price. So that's like it opened at 67 and closed exactly at 65. So we could actually make a measurement to see how many percentage drop that was. So hold on a minute.
Let's go, man.
We'll have a look here. So that's like roughly 6%. Let's put it here. Yeah, roughly 6% from close, or from opening on Friday, or close on Friday rather, to opening on Monday. So again, it was because of the announcements that AstraZeneca made, which was basically a kind of spoken the investors. The result was, in summary, against what they were expecting. So the question becomes, what's the cost involved in drug production to result in this massive sell-off of shares as a result of news? Of course, we are aware that fundamentals drive share prices, so it either drives it up or drives it down. But in this instance, because of the negative news, of course, it led to a massive sell off of Astrazeneca shares. So what I want to do next is to move a little bit, shift gear a little bit into the cost of drug development to see why investors are a little bit picky when it comes to this kind of news. So the chart I'll be sharing here is basically, let's blow that up a little bit. Okay, so it's basically talking about how much is involved in the development of drugs. As you can see here in this section here, we have drug development takes roughly 10 to 15 years. And so imagine starting with a lot of candidates from lab, and it takes like 10 to 15 years to bring it to markets. And within these 10 candidates, just as an assumption, fewer than 10% of the 10 candidates that you started with in terms of drug candidates makes it to the market. And as a result, you also will have spent roughly like $4 billion in the production of this particular fewer than 10%. So it's a massive investment on the part of the company. So that also explains the reason why negative news as such kind of spook investors and usually leads to massive sell-off because of the fear of not being able to recoup their investment. So the ROI, the probability becomes poor. So this chart also shows the amount of drugs that are being approved by FDA. So you can see within the span of 2007 to 2016, the ties back to what I mentioned, that fewer than 10% of candidates make it to the market. And this chart also here shows the continuous increment in money spent on prescription drugs in the US. So in summary, investors are very peculiar when it comes to ability to get their money back in terms of ROI, return on investments, and if there's any negative news that come out and kind of like spoke them, it usually leads to sell off, and you can see that immediately in the share price. So having said that, there's another news that I wanted to discuss. To kind of like step into the next article that I want to talk about, you could imagine the massive time involved in drug development as also the amount of money in terms of investment involved. So if there is a way to make the time duration faster, it will be a game changer. And having said that, in terms of game changing and time, there is an article that I wanted to bring up, which is about AI generated drugs. So there is now a company called In Silico Medicine. It's putting the first fully AI generated drug is going into clinical trials. So that means the first in human phase, we are not going to go into the stages of clinical trials, but the first in human, which means the testing of this drug in human, is the first stage in which we have the AI generated drug as at 2023. So what that means is, on one aspect, investment in time. Remember, if you go back to our chart, we said it takes about 10 to 15 years from laboratory to taking a drug to market, and it costs about $4 billion. So if AI comes into the field, it's a potential game changer, not only in terms of time, but also potentially saving money. And yeah, so if you're interested, you could actually look at CNBC to learn more about that particular drug. And of course, it's targeting chronic lung disease if you are kind of like interested in it. So yeah, okay then. that's all about it. I'll see you in the next one.